What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and I am here with Ivan again, and this time Ivan won the European Regionals with Green Gohan. Congratulations. How are you doing, my friend?
Thank you. I'm fine.
Awesome. So, you took Green Gohan to the first place. It's awesome to see Green winning after such a long time.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna go over your deck. So you can start with explaining briefly the leader to our and why you chose to go with Gohan. Yeah.
Okay. First, I will start because I choose the deck. I tested like 10 games or something like that, and it worked so well. Well, in the start, the 2 or 3 first matches, I thought it was like trash. And then when I started playing, it became so good and better and better. So I thought this is the deck I have to play. The leader, okay. In the first phase, you put the field, the time chamber. We do things with the chamber. We later gonna explain. When you swing, you get top 5 and pick a green Saiyan. This is really good because we can pick the secret, super combos, and almost all the engine or all the engine. And when you have 4 life or less or a Goku that we put in the bottom of the field, we'll talk about later, we can awaken. Then in the second phase, in the awaken, when you combo, you can place 1 card from your hand to the bottom and draw 2 in your turn and in the opponent turn. So this phase, the awaken phase, is really good. And when you swing with a Gohan childhood battle card, you can swing with you can combo with a green card from the drop, so you can activate the leader skill to draw for free. This is really relevant because you get so much value if you keep swinging with Gohans every turn. So this is really good. That's the way we get a hand like 12, 14.
Yeah, it's an insane ability. It's really insane because whenever you combo, you draw, and it's even on opponent's turn, that.
Yes.
It's so crazy. Okay, so let's start with some of these cards. A lot of these cards have an errata, but let's start with the field card, which is Hyperbolic Time Chamber. I don't think there's a lot to say about this one. This is the simplest part of the profile. It's the field card that you need to run in the deck, and you play cards from under it, and it helps you awaken. How often do you actually awaken? When do you look to awaken from just just taking lives from the time chamber, or do you just prefer to wait until turn 3 when you can do the Goku combo and awaken then?
I prefer to awaken with the Goku. I like to keep my life high. I want to keep my life to 5 or 6 lives. Later then I can see awaken, but I prefer to stay with high life in the awaken phase so I can keep drawing more. If I go down to 3 or 2, no, I don't like it. So I prefer to stay 6 lives and then I can take some.
Yeah, okay, makes perfect sense. And now we have the engine. First off, 3 copies of Son Goku showing the results of training.
Yep. This is the way you can awaken. The turn 3 you play this Goku and the Gohan in the turn 3. You want me to explain how this works? How to put in the bottom? Okay. To put the Goku in the bottom of the field, you have to play the C battle card, the Goku. You put a a Goku or Gohan, and you search the other from the deck and put both of them in the field. You switch the field, and then you can play them in the next turn. So we always do turn 2 Goku Z battle, put Goku or Gohan, and we play them in the next turn. Be careful with the Goku, because before you do the activate to place in the drop, you have to awaken. Don't don't forget that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's how you guys awaken, and now we have 3 copies of, well, the card that is kind of close to charismatic villain. Son Goku decisions made. So how good is this card actually in this deck? Of course.
For me, it's not that good, but you have to play it for the 8 drop later. We talk, but in some cases, in some matchups, for example, versus Trunks Xeno, you can counterplay his Trunks 5 cost, the warp one, and it's really good because you stop his boss monster that drop. There are some moments that is good, but it's always for the combo.
Okay. Then we are moving forward to the boss monster. Okay, yeah, one of the recently most controversial cards coming out of green, the boss monster himself. Oh god, this card. Oh man, this card just kinda does everything.
Yeah. Some people call them it's like a secret rare, but you can have 4 of them.
Yes.
It's really good. It's really good.
So you usually end games with this one?
Not always, but yes, it's really good because you put a lot of pressure. You can try to kill people if they are in 3 lives. You can burn them with the auto of the when you combo a Goku, and you can go from 3 to 2 and then to 0, or you can use to get to 3 to 2, discard KO, and then you can kill with the leader, for example. That is a double strike too. It's really good because it does a lot, and the people have to negate because it's a 35 double strike. It's really good. It's really good. You have to play 4 of these. buy them.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Then, speaking of expensive Gohan cards, 4 copies of the newest Floodgate. Okay, so this one is pretty crazy, man.
Yeah. For me, it's really good because you can use the counter for free and also draw. Sometimes in turn 3, for example, I have like 1 energy left, and I want to protect my Gohan, for example, to draw in the next turn. So I use it for 1, and I draw, so I don't lose hand. And later in the final turns, if you did a bit of hand control, the Floodgate is really good because if they have to swing like 3 or 4 times, their hand will go really, really low. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's very good. But I think it's very good, especially if you're playing Gohan. If you're playing different Saiyans, then you are negging in hand if you want to go for free counters. But it's still super good.
I didn't try in other decks. I only played in this. In this deck, is really good.
Then, of course, we have the Gohan. So we've already talked about Goku Gohan combo.
Yep.
We have the super combo here. Okay, so the big I accidentally exited the deck. So okay, here we go, guys. The big super combo loop between Gogeta and Vegeta, basically. So Let me ask you something.
Okay.
How good is this super combo in this deck?
It's really good. It's really, really, really good. Because Gohan with the draw in the opponent turn, and the Z Awaken, we have 20k. We have a lot of Z battle cards and easy Z charge, so you have always life. And with the loop, because you can survive like 5-6 turns, it's a really tough green deck. It's not like other green decks that you have to finish in turn 4 or 5 because you're gonna die. So the more super combos you use, the more advantage you will get. So sometimes you can use like 6, 7, 8, and it's really broken. It's really broken because it's like having 4 more cards and 4 more defensive or really hard attacks that you can do, and not the opponent. I think they will nerf it for sure, just for this deck.
And that's just going into my second question. In case, let's say in a hypothetical scenario, they kill this super combo loop, how much will it affect this deck? Do you think will this deck become significantly weaker if the super combo is gone, or are you just gonna manage by just, let's say, putting Paragus in and then spending 4 on something else, 4 cards on something else?
The deck will be a little bit weaker. I won a lot of matches only playing the 3 or 4 super combos that I draw, 0 loop. But yeah, there are matches that the loop is really good. I'm not sure about Paragus, but it will be the super combo you play. I have to test it, but yes, it's not. It will be a bit weaker.
Okay, and then we're moving on to free copies. So we have a bit of critical strikes here, a bit of hand destruction. Free copies of Kaioken Sangoku the Furious.
This card, I don't really like it. I don't really like it because everyone is playing for Jabras or the Gohans, the Vegetas that plays for free when you discard, and it's not that good. But you have to have it because in turn 3, when you want to awaken, you have to spend some energy, and this is one card that is not that bad to spend the energy and then awaken.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to play it for that.
Yeah, I love this card, but I hate Dabras and AntiHand control things.
Yes, they're playing always 4 of them.
Yes. We have here we have some negates like homicidal clones. This is your standard negate package, and then we're moving to 2 copies of Sangoku Fated Rival. Okay, so how come you went with 2 copies of this card?
Yeah, before this deck list, I was playing 3 Gokus and 3 Piccolos because I was playing the Thelsino and that. But I didn't like the combo. But the Goku always felt right because sometimes you don't draw the die drop to KO barrier cards. So it's good to have another card to KO, and it's also a double strike. So it's good. It's like a second boss monster.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it's barrier removal for 2. It's like you said, it's basically like the second boss monster. It costs the same. It almost does the same. So why not? I mean, at least in the big swing, remove barrier for 2 energy. And then we have the other father-son combo of Vegeta and Trunks. So is this usually like you're aiming for like turn 1 play, or how do you go about about this.
Yeah. You needed turn 1 because in turn 2 it's gonna be a 20k crit draw, and the most important is you C-charge the trunks to get the C battle card Goku. It's a really good way to C-charge. Yeah, that's you take 7 spots just for turn 1.
Moving on, we have 4 copies of the monkey. Now, I have seen monkey being ran in like 2 copies, 3 copies. I rarely see him at 4. So, why did you go with 4 copies of monkey?
Okay, the card is not that good, but if you start with the Vegeta Trunks and then in turn 2 you get monkey, you swing with Vegeta 20k crit, and then after all the turn you can play the monkey and combo the Vegeta, so it's another 24 crit. It's a lot of pressure if you start that. It's worth it to play just for that play. It's really worth it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes perfect sense because like you said, like turn 2 you're swinging multiple critical attacks like crazy. Then we have, well, I believe the only SCR that's really I mean the SCR that's really amazing in this deck. The newest one, Son Goku Peaceful Resolution. This card is just crazy, man.
I got the God Rare.
Oh, sweet.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It is not the only secret you can play in this deck. There are a lot of secret rare that are really good, depend on the matchup. I tested Cell Max, Cell Shino, Pan, and also this one. But I like it this one. Just for one play I try to make, and why I play this secret rare is in turn 3, you can swing with the leader, combo the secret rare and 1 super combo. So it's 35 triple strike. And now my leader restand. So I can swing again and draw again. I can top 5 2 times. And I always do, or try to do, when the opponent is at 5 lives. So they go to 2. And I still have another swing of 35 for my leader. The Goku free play from the bottom of the field. And then the Gohan. And then the Overrealm. It's a lot of pressure in turn 3 if the opponent is 2 energies, that you can let them at one life or a few cards in hand. I really like that combo.
Yeah, it's extremely aggressive, man. Like you explained, like it's super aggressive. Not a lot of decks can actually combat this if you manage to pull it off. We have then, speaking of the Overrealm, we have 2 copies of Bardock. So how come going with Bardock as your Overrealm choice?
I tested first the Warp 1, the Vegeta, that Warp 1 from the hand, and then the Towa. I like the Towa, but the problem is the same as the Kaioken. Too many Dabras and hand control things. So Bardock is good because it's a 20k. It's not that easy to survive the attack, and you can filter your hand. You don't lose hand size with this card. So that's why I used Bardock.
And the last card in the main deck is the Spice. Oh, so what's the idea with the Spice?
Okay, the idea is I have a lot of space in Gohan, and I thought about this card because I was playing versus Golden Frieza, and I wanted a way to protect the 8-drop because he's in rest mode, so his Gohan Unison will kill it. There are some ways to kill in rest mode. So I thought this card can go on top of the Kaioken, the 5 cost. So if you want to pressure more, you can double strike. But in some matches that they don't have easy remove for barrier or in rest mode, you can evolve on top of the Bones monster, and at the end of the turn, it will restand and is barrier, so it's hard to remove. You just lose one card in your hand.
And how good was the spice in the tournament?
I used the spice in just one match because the other one was like 2 Gohans or 3 Gohans, and in that matchup is crap. Transino it can remove with the 8-drop, but versus a Transita is good because they have to swing with the Vegeta 3 cost to kill in rest mode, and this is inactive, so you can't kill it. It's good, and then you can clap back in the next turn.
Awesome. So guys, we still have the Z deck. I'm just gonna quickly go over the Z deck because the Z deck is pretty much the standard. Right? Yeah. It's the Z leader, and by now everyone knows how Goku and Android 16 work in this deck. Like, yeah, there is a solid amount of options in green for a Z deck, but you know, it's usually the standard Frieza Jiren and then some engine pieces. Do you have anything to say about the Z deck, or can we go? Should we go into the side deck?
No, we can go. The worst card was Jiren. I didn't use never, but you have to have it. Yeah.
So side deck, first card. Well, this is Anti-Hand Destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is free.
For the mirror, yeah.
Yeah. Then we have 2 copies of Dormant Potential. Okay.
Yep.
When do you usually use this one, and what do you side out for it?
I use, in a strange way, but it's really good, I use versus Golden Cooler decks, because if I have 4 lives when they use the Golden Cooler and yada yada, I can do the Dormant. I go from 4 to 2, and then I free negate with Homicidal or my negate, the Gohan negate, and they can't swing anymore. They are full tap out. I have like 5 or 6 cards in my hand, and then I can clap back in the next turn just for that. Maybe in some other matches it's good, but I sided only for that.
Yeah, that's a very cool tech. Makes a lot of sense. Then free focused breakthroughs, like yeah,
is for yellow. Is really for yellow. Not other matches will use the focus breakthrough.
And then we have 2 copies of the Gohan rare.
Yeah, for yellow 2 and for blue. Maybe they have Baby Unison or Boo Unison. It's good to remove them faster.
Yes. And now we have... okay, here it is. Okay, so what's with this one? What's with the war plan?
Yeah, before I played like 2 or 3, but I stay in 1 only. It's for yellow again. Why? It's a not energy exhaust if you remove 1 green and 1 red from your drop to the warp. So we have the super combo loop. So we can remove the energy exhaust in this case. And we can do the focus breakthrough for free, taking a life, because we have a multicolor energy. So in the turn 4, turn 5, we can put this energy and go really hard with the 8 cost, then the Fated Rivals, Overrealm, and we can do the free focus breakthrough.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I never I never saw like this kind of tech for focus usually in the sideboard. That's amazing. Lastly, we have 2 copies of Koitsukai. Also helps deal with yellow and floodgates.
Yeah, floodgates. Yeah, and Dabras is also good if you want to go hand control.
And finally, a single copy of Shen. So
Yeah,
this is for mirror match, I assume.
this is for mirror. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I will raise it to 2 or 3 because it's really good at starting and going second. It's a really good touch.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, this is the deck. So now before we leave, Ivan, do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, shout out to the Spain community, to my team, Tactical 8 Boys. You will hear them really soon. Yeah, like that is. I don't have any more shoutouts.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us again on the channel. Huge congratulations for winning the championship. And yeah, guys, this has been Ivan's deck. This has been Damien for the Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.